Hello everyone, my name is Brian Botcha and I'm a sales engineer here at On Center Software. The software that I'll be showing you today is the on-screen takeoff program, which will help you improve your process of performing takeoff. Today I'll show you a few of our features that our clients have told us have really helped them improve their takeoff process. So to get started, what I want to do is I want to come over here and just show you the three basic types of takeoff. One is going to be a linear, like if you're taking off a wall, you click at point A and double click at point B and you've taken off that wall. The second item I'm going to show you is going to be an area takeoff, like if you're taking off flooring or a ceiling, and you basically click and you can drag a box to the area and release, and it'll tell you how many square feet you have in that area. And then the last item is doors and hardware, is a count, which I have a door and hardware item set up for. And basically wherever you click on an item, it's going to keep a running count for you so that you can keep a total there. All right, now that we've seen the basic takeoff, let's get into a little bit of the more advanced features. The first thing I'd like to show you is the multi-condition takeoff, which allows you to select multiple items from your list over here and do the takeoff all at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this bathroom area over here. And basically this bathroom has a floor tile, it's got a wall tile, a piece of cove that we need to get a linear for, and then also a piece of bullnose on the top of the wall tile. So what I can do is I can come over here to my condition list and I can select multiple items all at once. Then what I do is I go to the room and I show the program the exterior points, and then I double click and it takes off all four of those items at the same time for me. So then what I can do is select my item and align my grid to where it's the same as the tile on the floor. Now the other thing is I'm also using our areas to be able to store this information and break down the information by room. So if I ever want to find out a price on just the men's room or just the women's room, I can then search by area and it'll tell me just those items. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to select the women's room, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to grab the same items again and then go take off the exterior. And once again, when I double click, it has all the items together for me. So the reason that I wanted to show the area portion to you is because when I go to my takeoff tab, which has a list of all my takeoff, it's going to have my women's room and my men's restroom broken out on what each one of these items takes for the different restrooms. All right. Now the next thing I'd like to show you is how the program deals with typical rooms. So like right here in this office building, we have a office. Well, as we can see, the office repeats numerous times on this drawing. So what you can do is you can come in here and you can grab the walls for the outside portion of the room. Let's go ahead and add some paint in there, the paint type. We'll put a carpet in there. We'll put acoustical ceiling and a rubber base. Then I'm going to show the program where the room is at. Takes it all off for me. Now, where this comes into play is that I can now come over here and I'm going to slide this over to the side and I'm going to do a typical group. What the typical group is, I'm going to rope a box around this group of items to tell it this is my typical office. So I have a common wall between each one of these, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to select the wall and then delete it. Now what that's going to do for me is every time that I take off an office, the common wall will be on the next item. So I'm just going right down the list And if I get one that's off, I just use the keys on my keyboard and I go ahead and put it in place. Now, the other area is now what do you do when the office is flipped? So I'll come in here, I'll put my typical group in there. I will select the item, right click on it, and then I'm going to ask it to flip it horizontally, and then I'm going to ask it to flip it vertically. Now, as you've noticed, I haven't put a door in this office. So if I need to, I can come back to my original here and I can add an item. And what it'll do is it'll put that door in every single one of the rooms that I've taken off. So if somebody decided to add another wall in this office, you can easily do it once and it'll put that same item on every one of the rooms that I've done. Now the next thing is that I would come in here, then copy this item and then use it as a pasting tool, and I can just paste. I already have all my orientation done correctly, so I just need to copy and paste this item. Let's see. Another variation of this tool is also repeating floors. So if I have floors that are typical, I can do the same process and ask it to repeat the floor over and over, to where I save time on doing my takeoff and only have to do it once, and then I use the tool as more of a counting tool. Now the next thing I want to take a look at is the auto count tool. So we have a count item here, and you can manually go in and count different items if you'd like. But on this building, we have a lot of type K windows. So what I'll do is I'll grab the item, I will rope a box around the picture of the item. I can grab my eraser and come right down here and kind of clean the item up a little bit if I need to. And then I have a sensitivity bar. I can adjust the sensitivity and then say search, and it's going to search the page for every type K window that is shown on the page. So what's going to be pulled up is it's going to show you everything that it found. So what you'll do is you'll come look in the window here, and you'll uncheck everything that is not what you're looking for. So we have some type M windows on this floor, so it picked that up. The way the tool works is that it works off of a pixel count. So anything that has the same pixel count as the item might be pulled in also. But that's where you work with the sensitivity bar to try to just dial it in right where you need it to find just your items. So far, you know, we found 2 or 3 of these type M windows, but what you have to think about is that we have 59 of these windows right now, and that's 59 clicks that I was able to save without having to go one by one and click on each one of them. Now as you see, like right here, this type K window has a line through it. Sometimes that'll be a little trickier for the program, so I'll click on the item and then click on it and count it, and now it's counted that window too. Alright, now when you're working on a project and you need to look at some details, most of the time whenever I start up a project, I look through all the pages and I go through and I see what kind of details that I'm going to be looking up. So right here is a detail that I've done what's called a named view. Now basically a named view, you just select the tool and you can rope a box around any item, and then you come up here and you give it a name. So like on this one, I'm going to call it detail D3, and it's on page A5.30. So when I hit enter, it's now being saved as a name view. Where that comes into play is that we have what's called a second view window. So if I click on the second view window, I can either look at different pages that I have, or I can go up here to views and I can look at any of my saved details. So if I wanted to look at that one, I click on it and it pulls it up for me. Now, the other thing is that if you have dual monitors, you can slide this over onto another monitor and keep it up at all times so that you can be looking through it. Because the idea behind this tool is to keep you working on the page that you're mainly working on. So if I'm on this floor plan right here, rather than come over, if I'm looking for this detail, rather than come over here and have to start flipping through pages, I'd much rather just have my second view window open, and then I can look through different items. Now, the other way this tool works is that if I have a detail that's specific, I can come in here and create a hot link and associate it with that detail. And so every time that I scroll over the top of the item, it's going to tell me what it is. When I click on it, it'll pull up that detail for me. The last thing that I want to show you is a feature we have called overlay. So when you're getting addendums and revisions and you're trying to decide what's the difference between the drawings that I have, basically what we have is a tool where you can right click on any drawing, say select overlay, go to select overlay image, and then show the program where the addendum is at. When I click on the item, looks like it came in differently. Just one second. Let me remove that overlay image. And let's try that again. We'll go to select item. Then I'm going to go where the overlay image is located at. Yeah, right there. All right, so basically everything that is in red was on the original drawing, and everything that is new to the drawing is in blue. So you can see on this plan here that they had a single wall right here in this part of the building, and now they've put two walls in there, probably to accommodate some plumbing or something like that. They've moved the doors over, changed some of the different measurements in the office. Now, the interesting thing is that they made a change right over here to the length of this countertop, but they didn't actually cloud this. These are the items that we're going to be looking for overlay to find for us. Because if the cabinet or the millwork guy didn't notice this, he's going to actually underbid this project because it's roughly 2.5 feet short. And at that point, that's the end of my presentation. If you would like to find more information about our product, you can always go to the CSA website, and they have more information about our products. Thank you, and have a nice day.